Hello, welcome. My name is Joany, and we are doing the belly dance for complete beginner series. Today, or this video, will be more about the pelvic drop and the hip drop. Okay, so don't just watch. I want you to participate because you would see how these exercises or these movements will help you to kind of become a better dancer. Now, grab something comfortable and let's belly dance. So let's get ready for a posture first. So because we're doing pelvic drops, we're going to start with the basic pose. So I want your weight to be on the arch of your feet. So find your balance. So you're not too much in the back of the heels. You're mostly on the middle of your feet where the arch is. I'm always going to emphasize on that. It's really important. Now we're going to soften the knees a little bit. Relax the pelvic. We're going to bring our arms all the way up. We're going to breathe, expand your lungs. And as you breathe out, relax the arms on the shoulder blades. Yes, on your wings. So now we're going to bring it down nice and slowly. Keep your posture. Don't lose that. And now we're going to start putting our hands on our hips. And we're going to start with the hip drop on the right side. In order to do your hip drop, all you have to do is bend your right knee and bring that hip down. That left leg stays straight. I want you to feel a nice stretch as you're doing this. It's going to be very slow. You're not leaning into it. You keep your posture center up and bring it back in. So just the right side. Drop and straighten the leg. Drop. Left leg doesn't do anything. It stays straight. Drop. Drop. Straight. Bend that knee, and that hip drops naturally when you bend. Has no choice. It's attached. It's the same bone. It's attached from the knee to the hip point, the hip joint. So it's very mechanical. The knee bends, the hip drops naturally. Okay, just feel that. Feel that drop. We're going to focus on the drop. You'll notice the opposite side. Okay, it's the opposite. So it kind of stays up, so it's lifted, and this one drops. Drop. 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 So this one stays up, this goes down. 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 We're just drilling this drop in our head. All right, so we could kind of just get this into our cells. When we're dropping, this is what happens. You bend your knee, the knee drops naturally. The other one just stays up. Now we're going to switch this around. So now right leg stays straight. And then we're going to bend your left knee and the hip drops naturally. Be aware of your posture constantly. Just breathe into it. Don't lean into it. Stay nice and tall. I'm just emphasizing on that drop. You drop, then straighten. Drop and straighten. You're going to feel a nice little stretch at the same time when you're dropping the hip to the obliques. Right here, all to the side. You might feel in your lower back a nice little stretch. Now we're going to go back to the right side, but this time we're going to do 4 drops. We're going to go drop and straighten. 2, 3, 4, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 2. 1, 2 drop. Now switch. 1, 2 drop. Now we're going to alternate. Right drop and then switch. Left drop. Right. So notice the knees. It alternates. One knee bend and the other one is straight. Drop. Drop. So now let's follow the rhythm. We're going to go a little bit faster. On the dooms, we're going to do the drop and we're going to alternate. So go. Drop. Drop. Do, da, do, da, do, da, da, do. Good. You could bring your arms out. Keep yourself centered. Weight on the arch. Just lift it. Excellent. So this is on your basic pose. So meaning that you're standing on your 2 feet, very basic stand. Now we're gonna switch and put the weight mostly on one leg. So we're gonna put the weight on the left, okay? And then we're gonna just bring our right heel off the floor, okay? Close to the other feet or a little bit to the front. Now if you have a hard time with that and you're kind of losing balance, you can start with a chair, put a chair beside you to kind of help you with the balance, because we're all gonna do a lot on one side and then switch over. So we're gonna do the same thing. So this leg, the standing leg, you can soften the knee a little bit. Okay, relax your pelvic. Do not bring that hip out. Keep your pelvic underneath your rib cage. So now the drop right here. So because the knee's already bent, you're gonna kind of go the opposite way first. You're gonna bring it up, straighten the leg just a little bit, not too much. Extend up and then focus on the drop. So we're gonna go drop and drop and drop and drop. Drop and drop. Now let's go a little bit faster. And drop, drop, drop on the dooms. And let's switch nice and slow. So when we're doing the drops on the basic pose, you would bend and straighten. In the classical pose right here, you're gonna have to go up first and then drop and drop. Lift, then drop. 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 So again, we're focusing on the drop, not on the lifts. The lift is just to kind of prepare the drop. Now let's bring the drops on the dooms. Here you go. Doom. This is good exercise for the muscles here. You lift and then you release. So there's a little contraction of the obliques here, and then you release. So prep, release. So the oblique muscles are all around here. And now we're gonna switch. Now we're gonna go back to basic and then do right side, one hip drop on the classical pose, and then back to basic and repeat on the left side. You ready? Let's do this together. So we go. 1, 2. I'm going to focus on doing the drops on the dooms. Now don't forget your posture. Stand nice and tall. Give some space here. If you're crouching like this, you're not giving space in your lower back or in your pelvic area. So that's it. Lift up. Let's get ready. We're going to shift the weight on the left leg, on the left foot, and now drop the hip. Drop. Now back to basic. Down, down, down. Now we're going to put the weight on your right and drop your left hip. Notice my thighs. I'm not like this. I don't open my leg, close my knees. Very ladylike. And now back to the pelvic, to the hip drop, just on the basic pose. Now let's go back to the classical pose. Drop, drop. Now on every second drop, if you want to, you could do a little kick. So the kick will be you drop first, and then you're gonna go still to a drop, but the little kick is just like there's something right here, you kind of get it out of the way, okay? But it's not a kick like this, you know, get out of the way this way. It's just like, oh, just a little kind of strut. Or it's like somebody kind of just hit your leg here, and you kind of lost the balance just a little bit, but not upper body, just the foot, okay? So every second drop. So this is one drop, no, a little kick, second drop, a little kick. So it's drop, lift, drop, kick, lift, drop, lift, drop, kick, and kick. One drop, and then a drop with the kick. Because you're still doing a drop when you kick. You drop, and drop a little poof. So it's very subtle too. It's not, okay? Drop, drop, kick. Let's switch. And let's do the same. Every second drop, you're gonna kick. Drop, drop, kick. Drop, drop, kick. So this is a very classic belly dance movement. Drop, drop, kick. Drop, drop, kick. Don't forget to lift. Always prepare and then release. And now back to the basic drop. Drop, drop. All right, now from the hip drop to the pelvic drop. We're gonna kind of relax the pelvic. Again, the way you relax your pelvic is not putting weight from the top. This has to be lifted, and then again, weight on the arch, and then release the pelvic. So this is relaxed, okay? It's not, the legs are not stiff, the knees are softened, and just relax this, relax. Breathe into it, relax your jaw too. We're gonna soften the knees, but actually what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do a little lift in the pelvic area. And that lift we were doing lifts here where we were working the oblique muscles, but now we're gonna work the lower belly. So when you're doing a lift, you're actually kind of contracting the lower belly to pull the pelvic area up to the belly button, okay? You might be squeezing the glutes, and that's normal. So a little contraction here, and then you release. You're gonna feel a nice little stretch from the lower back too. So it's a pull, lift, and release. Lift, and release. But again, you're gonna focus on the drop. Drop, 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 drop. You can put your hands here. Let's go a little bit slower. So you're gonna go lift, and relax. Lift, but when you relax, just let it go. Let it go. Ha. Let it go. So it's like pull, let it go. Pull, let it go. Pull in and let it go. Contract, release. Contract, release. Now the hands is just so you could kind of feel this movement. It's more for kinesthetic, so you could kind of just feel and then release. And if you want to, you could kind of have your hands to kind of do that tilt with you. It's like you kind of help your pelvic tilt up and then release. I'm going to focus on the drop again. So again, there's always have to be an opposite movement in order to do the exact movement that you want, which we are focusing on the drops. So you're going to go drop, 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 contract, release, contract, release. We're dropping on the dooms. If you have any strain in your lower back, when you're doing the tilt, you're actually doing a good stretch in your lower back, but if your back is not used to it, make that tilt smaller. It doesn't have to be big. We're all different. So we all have different range of motion, and we're all at a different state in our body. So if you're going like this is my 30-second go, and it's really kind of hurting, well, just go halfway. So this is halfway, and then I release. Halfway and release. Okay, now a bit faster so we can follow the dooms. Drop, drop. If your legs are straight, it's really kind of hard to do this. Okay, you'll tend to go forward and back. So soften your knees, and then this has a little bit more space to do the movement. Drop. Now we're in basic pose. I'm going to do this in classical pose. You ready? Put the weight on the left leg, soften the knees, keep your pelvic area underneath the rib cage, and we're gonna tilt and drop. Release, release. Back in basic pose. You'll notice you might squeeze the glutes underneath here, the buttocks, the muscles here. They might want to squeeze, and that's okay. Let it squeeze and release, but you got to release. The release is very important. That's where the drop is. Now let's do this on your left side. We're going to bring the left heel up and drop and drop. Back to basic. Keep the drops. On the classical, right side. Drop, drop, drop. Back to basic. Bring your left heel up, classical. And keep that heel up. It's really important that you don't bring it down. Keep the heel arched up. Keep going. Basic. And now we're going to go to our hip drop. Right, left. And now hip drop, right side in classical. Add that drop kick. Drop, drop kick. And now back to basic. Hip drop. And right, left, right, left. Classical hip drop kick. No, just a hip drop, sorry. Drop, drop, drop. Now add the kick on every second hip drop. Drop, drop kick. Drop, drop kick. And now into our pelvic drop. Drop, drop. Now, pelvic drop with the right side, classical. And back to the pelvic drop. And now classical side, left side. And bring it down. Excellent. So back to the hip drop, right, left. We can walk with this, and this is actually because I also teach Latin dance. When we do merengue and all these other Latin dance, you are going to do a lot of hip movement. So when we're doing most like a merengue, you're going to be dropping the hip. But we're doing this also in belly dancing. When we travel, like going to, let's say, to the right, we're going to add that hip drop. We're going to emphasize mostly on the right side. So you're going to go and step out. And obviously the opposite one is lifted. Okay, but we're focusing on the hip drop. And then you're going to bring it in. Then you're back to neutral. So this is going to go out. And as this one goes out, this one goes stay straight. And then you drop and bring it in. You drop, bring it in. You drop, bring it in. Now let's step out to the left side. Focus on the drop. Left side's gonna stay straight. Right side. You drop, but notice it goes a bit higher than usual. It's because you're kind of a little bit more out. Okay, and then you're kind of pushing out too. So you're gonna bring it in and then slide out and drop the hip. Bring your right foot in. So you're not doing a big step, you're just kind of sliding out and drop that hip and bring it in. Drop that hip, bring it in. You slide out, drop it in. So I just want you to focus on the drop. Don't worry about what's going on the opposite side. It's going to do its own thing. It has to go up. It has no choice. So we're going to repeat right side. So you're going to slide out and drop. Bring it in. So slide your foot up and then drop. That's it. Slide out and bring it in. And as you slide, you bend that knee. But try to keep yourself centered. Don't lean into it. And bring it the other side. Slide, drop in. Slop and drop. Slide and drop. Slide, drop, bring it in. And switch, right side, drop. And notice you just drop that right knee. I mean the right hip, but it's just the right knee that bends. The other one stays straight. And switch. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend that knee and straighten. The other one just goes for a little right, but it stays straight. And now go the other way. Good. Keep going. Now hold it in and now back to the drop kick. Right side. Drop, drop kick. Drop, drop kick. Drop, drop kick. Now we're going to travel to the right. You ready? Drop. Bring it in. Drop. Bring it in. Slide out. That's it. Now hold it here. Now left drop kick. Drop, drop kick. Drop, drop kick. Drop, drop kick. And now let's do the same thing. We're going to travel to the left side. You're going to bend your left knee and slide this in. It's out and in. Slide out and in. Now on the spot, right, left. Excellent. So now you just mastered your hip drops and the pelvic drop. And from there you could do so many other things, but I want you to just kind of keep doing these exercises during the week. Okay, you could be doing this while you're taking a shower, doing your dishes, okay? But don't forget, anytime you're doing any pelvic area movement, you need to relax your jaw, relax your fingers, no tightness, okay? Because it does affect this area. All right, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you to the next video.